Welcome to the channel, Jaden Chase, and these are some of the top stories making headlines today. Now, the police boyfriend of Donna Lee Donaldson will have to remain behind bars. This after attempts were made by his attorneys to have him freed, with all of the things being discussed and live calling talk show programs. It seems as if this is why cops are saying people should just allow the case to progress because they have the necessary evidence. Now, if you want to justice for Donna Lee Donaldson and her family, drop a like on the video and then drop a comment in the comment section. Remember, when you go on, they will continue the reasoning. Look and listen.
The hairdresser where?
That was working at Bebe Salon that they kill and show on the airport road.
Bebe Salon?
Yes.
When did this hairdresser died?
It was a couple months ago.
So you're saying that Noel is also involved in that crime?
Exactly.
Bebe Salon?
Next thing is this. They only bring in Noel because they found out that we are planning on the march. Well, let me tell you something. Continue with it. Arrest my case. Last night I told you you was not at Ward 21 and you all take me for a mockery. But listen, thing is going to bust out wicked.
No nation, attorney at law, Mr. Townsend, expressed shock when he was told that his client could not be freed because another judge had remanded him into custody for 10 days when he appeared in court the day before. Now, Mr. Townsend said he was not informed about the previous court appearance. The people ask, how I go on? And if it starts already. The system have to keep in mind, this is a top tier attorney with a whole team of junior attorneys. Tell me if you feel but what was said in the live calling talk show or during the live calling talk show and this new development, the police boyfriend being kept in custody till after the holidays. Now, one of the other stories making headlines today. Now, people also making the headlines days after 3 persons had their lives taken at a shop in Clarendon. Investigators are now saying they are probing a double murder in the said parish, this time in the community of Bucks Common. 3 persons were injured in a night attack. 2 were pronounced at the hospital. Now, according to investigators, all 3 victims were among a group of residents attending a wake. At about 10:45, men on foot approached the group and just simply opened fire, hitting the 3 persons, one of which was a female. Now, they said that when police arrived on the scene, the 2 men and the female were found suffering from wounds and were transported to the hospital where the male victims were pronounced. And as stated, the police are saying this is just 3 days after 3 people, including a 16-year-old boy, had their lives taken and 5 others injured in an attack that took place at a shop in Hayes. And this is what we mean about senseless crime and violence, and why these type of incidents are the incidents that lead to reprisals and continued conflict. In what situation is it justified for 2 individuals, even if, let's say, 2 individuals are going at it? How that justify an individual just walk up on foot and just open fire at other innocent bystanders, people when they have nothing to do with phone conflict? These people never drop from sky. They must have friends and family. Them family could end in the vicinity. It's almost like these people now think, are these criminals simply not value the lives of Jamaican citizens? And when lives are taken, it becomes personal and then it turns into a cycle. But this cannot be the way to go. And the people need to open that generation eye to that. that this is not the way forward. Set the standard so we not tolerate no senseless crime and violence. And that will set the standard for the generation we are forward up. Growing up in a Jamaica, where Jamaicans don't tolerate senseless crime and violence. No one of the other stories making headlines today. Now also making headlines, Barnet has confessed in open court to his guilt, and the mother of the Clarendon woman and the grandmother of the 4 youth who had their lives taken says she forgives her family member, but says she still would want him to face capital punishment. Now, the cousin to the victims, 23-year-old Barnet, pled guilty to the slayings. Barnet gave an account of the incident that led to the tragedy, suggesting that he felt disrespected by her behavior in the presence of customers. I don't feel like I have to explain senseless crime and violence when this is the reason where Barnet I got given court feeling disrespected. So you feel like you get this and you couldn't cuss, say something back, left and go back in your yard. You choose to do this, take the lives of your cousin and then put yourself behind the bars. How more senseless can it get? Now I say why them say them go get him evaluated. Because when him tell this to investigators and investigators tell prosecutors, so this is what him say, and the judge here, them have it say them go get him evaluated. Never simply because the defense might use this as a defense. But here this youth a reason. We did know him not have no right, no good reason couldn't they for do it. But when you hear him explain to himself, it just reminds him. So on the small island of Jamaica, when you hear about this take place and that shooting take place and that slaying take place, sometimes the reasons are so insignificant. They say you can't believe it lead to this level of violence. Look on the level of premeditation when this youth go through. Somebody diss him. I want to say just somebody, the family. We give him a place for stay. The people have become overly aggressive. And we see that younger and younger ages. Now the grieving mother and grandmother did say his testimony brought her some type of closure. As stated, people already know him couldn't have no good reason for doing him do. No good reason. But just to hear what I have to say. But understand what she has said. Talk to me. Tell me how you feel about the development. Now, based on what is taking place, as stated, I think capital punishment will be handed out. Based on how the law is constructed. Seeing that, as long as that is, even if that is the verdict, even if the judge indeed say, watching, all right, that's how we are sentencing him to. We are sentencing him to capital punishment. That's how we are doing. His attorneys will just appeal it. And based on the duration, and how an appeal is constructed, based on the time the appeal is heard, then a verdict is given, the time would have passed where the court could and the state could carry out such a verdict, such a conviction, or a verdict after being convicted rather. It doesn't look like that will be the scenario. But, and the fact that he has pled guilty, I have a point that out too. The fact that he has not wasted the court time by, having them have a long drawn out trial. Just confessing and just moving right along. They might consider that. Based on the public outrage, I don't think they're going to give him. Well, let's wait and see what we're going with that. Let's make no speculations. Because see what we're going with the fact that he pled guilty, now waste the court time, he confess in open court, give him statement, give him reason, why him do what him do. You know what I mean? We don't know if remorse was shown, what else him say after that, what was the case. But talk to me. Tell me how you feel. As I say, the mother and the grandmother of the victims said that the statement brought her some closure. Hearing him say why him do it, you know what I mean, as something she'd want to know. Now a quick recap. The police boyfriend of Donna Lee Donaldson will have to remain behind bars until after the holidays. Clarendon is again in the headlines after a double slaying happened days after 3 individuals had their lives taken. Rushing Barnet pled guilty in court and gave the reason why he carried out what people are just calling plain wickedness. Talk to me in the comment section. Well, first and foremost, if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and of course put up an all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. Tell a friend, tell them sister and them brother them for check out the channel, check out the reason, join the discussion. Comment section open 24/7. It never lucky yet. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts, your comments, and yes, your opinions there, and we can continue the reasoning via the comment section. Until the reason again, live, love, and prosper. Stay tuned.